These bees have moves. Wow, probably turned the whole hive on with that number. Sorry, this is a story about bees, and it's gonna get pretty dark. So we thought it best to start out on a high note. And, we only tell stories because even in the direst of circumstances, we maintain hope. And we're hoping real hard for the bees in this story. And as you'll see, in turn, for ourselves. So that maybe, hopefully, one day, we can all do a celebratory waggle together. Or not. Two stomachs, 5 eyes, 170 smell receptors. Apis mellifera. Without bees, all flowers would be colorless and dull. They're responsible for nature's candy. They can fly backwards. They're faster than the fastest Olympic sprinters. And here's the buzzer beater. Bees are responsible for 1 in every 3 mouthfuls of food we consume. So in short, bee survival equals human survival. The bee's story begins 140 million years ago, when plants started to get real sexy, evolving bright, sweet, nectary petals that persuaded the previously predatory wasps to turn vegetarian. And that was the beginning of a sensuous relationship that's been co-evolving ever since. Because until all plants learn to either self-pollinate or grow legs and walk, they'll need bees and other insects to make it happen.
Am I dying? I was in love. And look at me now. I was just on my way to see her, thinking about her. And that awful roar, and all that dust raining down, it's making everything... Can someone pass the pollen?
Oh, that's real sad. Those little flower floozies meant the world to us. We loved bees, and whether we knew it or not, the health of humans was directly connected to the bees. But then, industrialization fundamentally changed our relationship with the natural world from stewards to consumers with an insatiable appetite. The tyranny of choice. Anyone who enjoys a selection of fresh fruit and veg might want to think twice about the plight of the pollinators. Air pollution already chokes their sense of smell, stifling pollination. If we lose the bees, we'll also lose all our almonds, 90% of cucumbers, carrots, and onions, in what would be a crushing blow to the industrial coleslaw complex. Let's learn more.
Without bees, there wouldn't be the pollination of a lot of our plants and flowers and trees, but also lots of our crops. Wouldn't have blueberries, wouldn't have strawberries, wouldn't have cucumbers. No coffee, no chocolate. We could still eat like bread, grain, for example, is like wind pollinated, but we wouldn't be able to put anything on our bread, so.
Oh, this is bad. This is real bad.
The real threat to bees and pollinators is the modern, globalized human hive. Climate change is wreaking havoc on the natural world, and habitats are disappearing fast. Insects are being hit the hardest, going extinct 8 times faster than their mammal, avian, and reptile cousins.
According to my calculations, in Europe, 1 in 10 bee species faces extinction. In the US, the total bee population has declined by 60% since 1947. I don't get it. Are humans trying to exterminate us? Don't they realize what will happen to them?
Do we realize? That's a good question.
When you talk about bees, people tend to think of honeybees, right? But what people really don't know is that we have over 20,000 different bee species in the world, and the honeybee is just one of those. You can see the honeybee as a domesticated bee, but the wild bee is actually super important for the pollination of lots of our crops.
I was one of the wild ones, and I'll be damned if you think a few honeybees are going to take my place.
When you walk through the supermarket, do you ever think how everything you consume comes from the earth? How it all hinges on a balance more delicate than you could have ever imagined? Or maybe you like the idea of paying for said groceries with wheelbarrows full of cash? No? In that case, you just might be interested in giving bees and all pollinators a helping hand.
I definitely don't think it's too late to save the bees, but yeah, I mean, of course, the clock is ticking, so we need all the time that we have, and we need to start doing things today.
Pesticides and air pollution are making us sick, and climate change will be the death of us. But if you follow these simple steps, we can all live happily ever after. Okay, see ya.